Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to everybody who's tuning in or who's already tuned in. My name is Moise Kamal and I work for Sehat Kahani. So June is Men's Health Month. This month is all about encouraging the men in your life to take care of their bodies by eating right, exercising, and working out to prevent different diseases. Sehat Kahani has picked up 12 diseases across the year in which we aim to create maximum awareness as to how individuals can cope up with different kinds of diseases. If you're stressing about a symptom such as a busted knee, a persistent headache, it can be easy to get in a cycle of worrying about it. But going to the doctor can do two incredible things. What it can do is it can help you figure out what's wrong. But two, it can keep you from worrying. Men's Health Month encourages you to get yourself checked out so you can feel better. And in the process, stop worrying. So, moving forward with the theme of this particular month, Men's Health Month is actually a time when us men can bring about significant changes in our lifestyles by tweaking our diet, where we get the opportunity to change the way we eat, set some goals. Men can actually take stock of their health and think about where they want it to be, whether we want to lose weight, gain muscle, simply eat more vegetables, or different kinds of goals. Thirdly, we need to educate ourselves. In this particular month, we can actually take this opportunity to read about the common health issues that are specific to men and how we can prevent ourselves from getting hurt. So today we've been joined by two individuals who are working in different capacities to bring about a change in the way we perceive health and fitness. We've been joined by Ms. Sara Maki, who's a strength and Zumba instructor at Spartan Fitness, and Shahan Shah, who's a performance coach at Spartan Fitness. Hello, guys.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, good. How are you guys doing?
We are well. So we're both a part of Spartan Fitness, with slightly different focuses. Well, while her focus is more HIIT, mine is more towards strength and athletic performance. And we'll do whatever we can to answer all the questions and we're related to this topic.
Fantastic. Good scene, Ed. I'm happy you guys are here. Two health coaches who are actually trying to promote a healthier way of living in the Pakistani society. So that's great because personally, what I feel how things were 2 decades ago, they've truly evolved. Perhaps it's because of the exposure that we have, because of different entities showcasing. I mean, personally, if I talk about myself during COVID, during the pandemic, I started following Joe Vick's channel, which is on YouTube, and I started following that particular regimen, and it's kind of really helped me out to shed those extra pounds of baby fat, if you might want to put it that way. But then health coaches are really changing the way things, just changing the way we can adopt a healthier lifestyle and be healthy eventually. So guys, have a couple of questions lined up here. Ajit. Sorry about that distraction here at our end. So how is it being a health coach in today's day and time? How do you guys feel about the entire thing? First, I'm going to ask Shahan because Sara is a Zumba instructor as well. So we'll come to Sara in just a little while.
Well, in today's time, I feel like people are a lot more aware now, and what's been happening, and people do their own research too. So it's not just seen as a hobby or some way to waste your time as people you used to say, "Can I padhai karo se figure?" Like it just it's just become. We understand that it's important for everything else as well.
Absolutely. So Sara, sorry, you're breaking up, guys. Shahan, you're breaking up.
Sorry, any better?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone understands now how important it is to be healthy and to stay fit. And it's not just something that you want to do just because you want to lose weight. There's a lot of other reasons why you want to exercise and be physically active, just for your overall health. And to make your mood better, or just generally, like, adopt a healthy lifestyle. It's not just about, oh, if you want to lose weight,
I don't want to lose
or
any more weight.
yeah. So, I mean, there's so many other ways. Some people want to exercise. And I think people know that. I mean, there's more awareness that way now. And it's to make it like a daily, like, a part of your daily routine and a part of your lifestyle, rather than just like a goal or like a New Year's resolution or something that a lot of
Yeah.
people lose
I mean,
What she
their,
said.
their a
that's
month.
what she said, huh? Huh, things have really transpired as I mentioned earlier. Like, 20 saal pehle, like 20 years ago, things were very different because I remember, like, hitting the gym when I was like 21 or 22. I had passed my teen years, and by the time I'd realized कि यार working out भी कोई चीज होती है, उस वक्त तक काफी लेट हो गया था. मगर आजकल kids start working out at a much earlier age, which is a great thing. Everybody's more conscious about their physical well-being. So, which is a great thing.
It's
So,
not just
guys,
that.
what?
If
हाँ
you
हाँ
want to
जी,
form,
बोले please.
it's not just that. If you want to form an athlete, that's the way to start is to get get it into their brain earlier, right? So
Yeah, you start young.
yeah,
That's,
I have nieces, right? Now I want them to grow up to be active and fit. I don't want them to get to a certain point and then
yeah.
go like, wait, I need to change, rather than just grow up with
Yeah,
it. Go on.
absolutely. यार पता है थोड़ा सा ना लैग आ रहा है बिकॉज बाय द टाइम मैं बोलता हूँ कुछ तो लैग आ जाता है सो आई होप इट्स गोना गेट बेटर एज वी गो फर्दर अच्छा सो मेरा पहला सवाल आप दोनों से ये है कि चूंकि हम मेंस हेल्थ मंथ सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं और हमारे साथ शाहान शाह और सारा मकी have joined us from Spartan Fitness. मेरा पहला सवाल ये है आप दोनों से कि what inspired the two of you to become health coaches? So Sarah, what inspired you into becoming a Zumba and physical trainer and a health coach?
So honestly, I started off. I was actually a financial analyst, and I was a side job. And every day, my lifestyle was just so monotonous. But I always just loved working out. Like training people, teaching them about health, and just I felt like people took health very like they thought that like losing weight and exercising is just really difficult, and it's something that like you really need to adapt to, and it's just
Yeah,
never going to be an impossible thing. I just realized that what, like, this is what I want to do. I want to raise awareness about health and make people understand that it's actually not that tough. It's just something that everyone can do, and it's possible. And once I started, it just there was like no turning back. I loved it. I mean, this is what, like,
yeah,
if you love your job, I feel like that's the best thing.
Well, in my case,
for sure, man.
when I was
Yeah,
in school, I was in a track and field, and later on, I got into bodybuilding. I got into
huh.
then I got into boxing. Then I started powerlifting. I dropped the bodybuilding. I started doing functional movements.
Yeah,
But what, that helped me a lot with the boxing too that I was doing at the time. And I was just doing all of these things because I enjoyed it. I like being active. I generally enjoy extreme sports too. So the more physically active I was, the better I was at those things. And generally, whenever I
yeah,
picked up, tried to do something new, I felt better. So I wanted to keep improving upon that. I wanted to be able to move faster, do more, climb better, just generally be stronger overall. When that happened, I started looking and I started performing things that people would ask me about. And now friends would keep asking me, make us a band. And one person asked two people. The number kept growing, and I helped my cousins out as well, and I helped a couple of my friends out. And when they started getting results with the things I was telling you, because most of the things I did, I learned them by trial and error on myself. I researched them
yeah.
much later. I started researching when my friends started asking me. That's when I started researching, and so I gave them I would give them my workout routine, my plan, and I told them that if you want to do so and so, like if somebody wants to do track and field, focus on this. If you want to play basketball, focus on this. And if you want to just become bulkier and stronger, do so and so. and they all start doing it. And when they start achieving results, they're just like, Shahan, why don't you start training people? I'm like, I never thought of it. I was actually, I actually started off at a bank.
And I will ask you.
Yeah, yeah. So she actually
Yeah, I
pushed
wasn't
me
gonna
into it. Yeah,
like really push
I
it
was just
into it.
performing
Yeah.
myself. I was in advertising. I think you probably heard it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we basically left our job and decided that we want to be health coaches because that's our goal.
Yeah. That's
Actually, I
fantastic. Yeah.
every now and then.
So well, here it is. That's his reason.
That's the reason, yeah. So yeah, Zumba, Sara, how did the entire Zumba bit start? Because एक तो पहली बात तो ये है कि बहुत amazing एक बात ये है कि अब पाकिस्तानी डोमेन के अंदर या front facing खवातीन women have started like started training people, which is a great thing. And like back in the day, that's not how it was. But now that people like yourself, who are stepping up and trying to revolutionize the entire system. So first off, kudos to you, yo. And secondly, how did Zumba come about?
I mean, for me, I love dancing. As someone who doesn't know what Zumba is all about dance fitness. So I just
Right.
felt like it was exercising, but it was also like a way of relieving stress and just having fun, and while having fun, burning calories. So that got a lot of women motivated to do it because they would just leave all their daily stress, their children,
Yeah.
their like everything aside, and just come and for 1 hour just dance away all their stress and worries.
Why? Yeah. Yeah.
I also feel like a lot of women have this misconception that weights would bulk them up. And that is also one thing that I wanted to get rid of because I feel like they don't understand how strength training and how much this lifting weight is important for you. And so while doing Zumba, I also sort of added like strength practices to kind of get them into lifting weight and realizing that no, this is just a myth. It's not going to happen. It's just your body needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Cool.
really glad that women are realizing that working out is really important and it is something that they should add to their daily routine. You know, it's it's necessary. It's not
Agree.
just for
Hundred
men.
percent. Not just for men,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, but see, the thing is कि working out has always been essential. It's just हमें exposure बहुत देर से मिला है. But हमेशा से like अगर आप western side of the world, people have been working out, and it's proven कि endorphins release होते हैं, toxins release होते हैं, which kind of helps with your mind activity, right? So you become more mindful of things. So हमारे पास जो एक आगे भी हम बात करेंगे डिप्रेशन के बारे में, एंजाइटी के बारे में, वो आगे के क्वेश्चंस के अंदर. But for all those people who are watching this session, working out is absolutely essential. As research states that anytime you're working out, you release a certain amount of chemicals from your body, which helps you cooperate better with your daily lifestyle and the choices that you make. तो इसको ही कैरी करते हुए मैं आप दोनों से सवाल ये पूछना चाहूंगा कि इन योर ओपिनियन व्हाट इज एक्चुअली मेंट बाय हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल एंड आर देयर एनी पैरामीटर्स टू असेस हेल्थ.
In my opinion, a healthy lifestyle would be generally if you're keeping active and eating clean. Either if you're overweight, then staying in a deficit. If you're underweight, then staying in a surplus. But otherwise,
Yeah.
maintaining it, that's doing the nutrition. Otherwise, if you're active, you're exercising between 45 minutes to an hour, 5 days a week. Generally, you're fine with walking the dog. You go out and you're definitely not a couch potato.
Yeah, anything that
I would say
lowers
that.
the risk of like illness or like diseases and anything that also sort of makes you happier and like improve your uh, general overall health as well, like adopting like a certain small habits even. You must have heard like generally when people say get your sleeping routine fixed or like eat clean or give up smoking or just generally like small things that add to like an overall healthy lifestyle, which I'm sure we've been using since we were kids.
सही. अच्छा guys, I'm so sorry to interject. आप लोगों की थोड़ी सी आवाज है ना, उसका काफी ब्रेक आ रहा है, लैग आ रहा है. अगर हम स्क्रीन को थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर सकें, that'd be brilliant. Thank you.
I wonder if it's any better now.
Much better now. Much better now. Thanks. Thank you.
I think this was a
ठीक है. हाँ.
our table.
So anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour on a daily basis, that's like, the definition of Shahan, according to you, that's what you mentioned, 45 minutes to an hour on a daily basis, yeah?
Among other things, yeah, 45 minutes to an hour is just the exercise part. Yes.
ठीक है. और अगर हम बात करें कि डाइट को इसके अंदर अगर इनकलकेट करते हैं, so a lot of people say that 70% is your diet and 30% is pretty much the workout. So how effective is this statement? Is it a myth or is it like legit? Like 70% आपका वाकई में डाइट होता है और 30% वर्कआउट का इम्पैक्ट होता है, या is it the other way around, or how does it work out? What do you tell your clients?
I mean, the 70-30 rule actually works because you are what you eat. So
Yeah.
you have to be mindful of what you're putting in your body. Because if you think that you can outdo a bad diet by just working out a lot more, that's not true. Because your diet your food is what will give you the nutrition, and that is what will help you achieve your goal. Like for
Right.
example, if your goal is to gain muscle, so you will eat food and you eat different types of food, or like you add more protein in your diet, more carbs. That's what I feel. So
Now I'm gonna add something to this.
Yeah.
70-30 ratio has a lot to do with your appearance, visually. So 70-30 means 70% is your food because if you're trying to lose weight, then the biggest chunk of you have to change your diet. If you're trying to gain muscle, you need to either, if you're really thin, then you need to add more to your diet. But in that
Right.
case, I can't say 70% is your food, because then you need to put a lot more in your workout, because everything else can remain the same. Then if you need to focus on your workout, it depends on your goal at the end of the day.
And when it comes to carbs, if I were to ask you about carbs, is there any specification or distinction between good carbs, bad carbs? Or do you suggest to your clients to have carbs at a certain time, stop having carbs after a certain time? How does it work out? Do you guys tell your clients ke 6 baje ke baad nahi khana, 7 baje ke baad nahi khana? Yeah. Is it like, all hunky dory?
Carbs are essential. There's this, if you have something before 6, it's like going to be amazing, it's going to be great. But like after 6, all of a sudden it has like triple the amount of calories, but that's not true. The bread, like a piece of bread will have the same amount of calories before 6 and after 6. So it's all about calories in versus calories out, and what your goals are. So, and carbs are essential. Everyone who thinks that like, oh, I'm going to completely eliminate carbs from my diet, they're just setting very unrealistic goals for themselves.
Yeah.
Carbs also like the right view. At the same time, it's like there are healthier options. The only thing I would tell my clients is just stay away from the processed food a little bit. Keep it as natural as possible. It's very easy in Pakistan to keep it organic fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Stay away from junk.
इतनी कोशिश करी. Sorry, Sarah, what was that? I didn't hear you. What?
I was saying that like stay away from the junk and processed food.
Junk,
basically.
Yeah. मैंने बहुत कोशिश करी कि मैं एक डाइट मैंने अडॉप्ट करी. मैंने कैबेज सूप डाइट शुरू करी कुछ अर्से पहले, एंड आई वाज ट्राइंग टू शट ऑफ लाइक सम एक्स्ट्रा फैट. मैंने कार्ब्स खाना छोड़ दिए और आई बिकेम द मोस्ट unhappiest person on planet Earth. I think I was so bitter. Literally, I was like super bitter.
Yeah.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, no, that's the issue with a lot of these crash diets.
How long did you do this for? The cabbage soup diet. I've heard about it.
1 month. I did it for a month and I just made
Gotcha. You just wasted 30 days.
even though I did lose like 15, 16 pounds, but that was all unhealthy, you know. I was just like consuming so much cabbage soup, it was not making sense altogether.
Yeah.
बिकॉज अगर आप कार्ब्स कंज्यूम नहीं कर रहे तो आप बिटर हो जाते हैं. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक कि अगर कोई ना कोई डाइट कर रहे हो आप तो उसके अंदर लाइक एक्सट्रीम लेवल्स के ऊपर चल जाते हैं. और पता है ऑनेस्टली आई वाज नॉट एजुकेटेड व्हेन इट केम टू लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ डाइट्स बिकॉज आई रिमेंबर फॉलोइंग एटकिंस. वो बहुत पहले होती थी, एक एटकिंस डाइट होती थी, उसके अंदर भी यही होता था कि आप कार्ब्स नहीं खाते थे, आप प्रोटीन्स खाते थे सिर्फ. बट इतनी एजुकेशन नहीं थी, इतनी नॉलेज नहीं थी, तो वो आप मिक्स कर देते थे तो जो वेट है वो एक्स्ट्रा हो जाता था. So, अब तो बहुत ज्यादा एक इंफॉर्मेशन भी आ गई है, रेडीनेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन, पीपल कैन एक्चुअली एक्सेस अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स ऑनलाइन. तो बहुत बेहतर हो गया है. जिसके ऊपर मेरा नेक्स्ट सवाल आपसे ये है कि व्हाट्स योर टेक गाइस ऑन डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ डाइट्स, लाइक फॉर इंस्टेंस कीटो डाइट हो गई, आपकी ओमैड हो गई आजकल जो चल रही हैं. सो डू यू सजेस्ट योर क्लाइंटेल कि उनको करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए डाइट? हाउ डज इट वर्क आउट विद यू गाइस?
I mean, anytime someone comes to me, I'm always like, take the word diet out of your mind because I feel like it just causes so much
Yeah.
trigger. You know,
Yeah.
it just sets really unrealistic goals, and it's like you're putting your body in this sort of pressure where you feel like, oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. It actually makes you have a very obsessive and unhealthy relationship with food, which is sort of going against the whole like fact of like having a healthy lifestyle and adopting like like a healthy diet because I mean whenever they think like okay for example keto says that you have to have your food except I mean your calories are supposed to come from 75% from fat. So you're basically like consuming fat and fat and fat and you're
Yeah.
just uh, going to be obsessed with the fact that oh I can eat this, I can't eat that, I can eat this,
Yeah.
and it's not sustainable. Anything that is not sustainable or consistent, I don't I'm not for that because okay
Okay.
fine you lose all that weight, you lose your water weight, and then once you put back carbs in your diet, you're going to gain it back again. And I've seen a lot of people do that. They
People
actually
relapse. Yeah.
yeah they
I've
actually gain
supposed
double.
I've spoken to a lot of my clients who've tried keto, but the like, hats off to those who are doing it and who can sustain it.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but I personally would never advise it. Someone who isn't doing it by their own choice, I would not advise it because I've seen what food does to a lot of my clients. What it's done to a lot of my friends. I've actually asked all of them, okay, how does it make you feel? They're just like,
Yeah.
I feel tired all the time. I can't work out properly. I feel, and they're groveling through the same time. Now, I would say if you really want to have a diet, just you need to do everything in moderation. Yeah, eat
Yeah.
clean. You can have your cheat days, which even I do. I have a massive sweet tooth, but I avoid sugar because I know what excessive sugar does. That doesn't mean I cut it down to zero. I still have
Yeah.
my morning tea, दो चम्मच चीनी के साथ, but that but that means that I avoid chocolates for the rest of the day, and I used to be addicted to chocolate.
I mean, mindful
Yeah.
eating, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, not
Yeah.
follow like a certain diet, like Atkins or keto or like a cabbage soup diet. You know, you're,
It's more of a lifestyle change.
yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's sustainable. That instead of the samosa, now you're looking at the salad or the grilled chicken sandwich or something.
Yeah.
You just
Of
start.
course.
I actually prefer that. At this point in time, I just don't like the taste of unhealthy food.
I mean, I agree, it's tough. I mean, it's tough
Yeah.
to completely change your lifestyle, especially when you have absolutely like knowledge of, you know what I mean, you're generally like, you think you want to lose weight, your
Yeah.
first thought is, okay, I'm just going to stop eating everything. You know, generally that's what people think. But you have to
Yeah.
do research, and that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
just baby steps. That's what I would say to everyone who's
Baby
thinking.
steps. Absolutely. ये एक और भी डिलेमा जो ये डिलेमा कहूँ या मैं इसको कहूँ कि एक मिथ जो है जो as Sarah just put it out अभी कि we stop eating altogether completely, but the important part is कि we need to really break down our meals, जो कि बहुत सारे लोगों को नहीं पता है कि breakfast अभी भी, क्योंकि मैं एक research पढ़ रहा था, so it's absolutely integral कि आपको ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, क्योंकि आपका जो एक रात पहले को आपने खाना खाया है तो होता ये है कि आप फैट डिपॉजिट बन जाता है वो, अगर आप बहुत लंबा ब्रेक लेते हो, आप खाना नहीं खा रहे हो at a stretch of like 12 hours or so, people do go for intermittent fasting as well. Nonetheless, what I read up was the fact that you need to have breakfast, you need to have your lunch, you need to have dinner. कम खाएं मगर सही खाएं, rather than just like giving up on eating completely, which is more harmful, which is more detrimental. अगर आप देखा जाए तो हर किसी के लिए जो एक साथ एकदम छोड़ देता है, उसके लिए यही मैसेज है कि people need to eat, probably bring down portions, bring it down into smaller portions, but like have food on constant intervals. मेरा तो यही मानना है और रिसर्च भी यही कहती है.
Yeah, actually answered it right there. I have my breakfast.
So maybe I should join Spartan Fitness as well as a health coach, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Just messing. Just kidding. Right. अच्छा guys, next up ये है सवाल.
I would never advise anyone to cut their meals out. I don't. People come to me and tell me, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm not having breakfast. I'm not having dinner. I'm not having lunch. And instantly, I'd go like, no, eat, just eat right, or eat in moderation.
Especially all
Have
my
it, break it up. You feel up your metabolism if you break it up.
16-year-old clients, most of them, that's just when they're going through that phase, they're just like, I'm not eating anything. The only thing I've had in like 2 days is like a cup of tea. And I'm just like, wow.
I mean, you will lose weight. You're gonna lose your hair. You're gonna lose your nails. You're gonna lose your skin too if you start eating completely.
Agreed. Completely, yeah. तो इसी को forward carry करते हुए, अगर हम बोलें तो it's important to feel good on the outside as it is to look good on the inside. What are your views on this? As like it's important to feel good on the inside as it is to look on the outside. So what are your thoughts and views on this particular statement?
However you're feeling on the inside gets projected onto the outside. Now,
Yes.
if you're eating food that's taking too long to digest, if you've had a huge fried food meal, then you're going to be feeling lethargic constantly. You're constantly going to be feeling heavy and slow. It's going to slow you down. Now, at the same time, you're going to be more confident if you're looking better too. While it's not the only thing that makes you confident, a healthy lifestyle is encouraged. But that doesn't mean that if you don't have muscles or if you're not skinny, it's particularly a bad thing. It's just if you're the best version of yourself, you're gonna feel better because you're gonna feel like I achieved something with myself. I'm doing justice to this body that God provided me.
And if you fill your body with nutritious meals, I mean, it does reflect upon how you look on the outside as well, like your skin, your hair, your nails.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's all about cutting from junk food and eating. I mean, even the same amount of calories, but filling your body with clean and nutritious and healthy food, you know.
You need to be getting the right protein and
Fat and carbs.
and the vitamins, which all you're gonna get from a good diet, essentially.
You're gonna feel good and look good.
So therefore, we can pretty much put it out there that whatever you eat, whatever you put inside your system, that kind of reflects on how you look, how you feel altogether. All right, cool. अच्छा, तो अभी कोविड चल रहा है, अभी पेंडेमिक चल रहा है, अभी काफी 1.5 साल हो गया है. It's been on, it's been going on, it's an ongoing thing. So how has it actually impacted consumer behavior? Like how have people been responding to coaching? Because there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of anxiety, which is felt all across the globe, right? So my question to you, how are clients responding to the entire fitness regimens, to the entire working out routine? Have people been coming in or are they doing workouts online? How is it working out with you guys?
I mean, initially last year, most people were doing online classes and was obviously scared, anxious, stressed about whether they should come in, whether they should not come in, and in studio classes were all generally closed all over, and there were more classes outdoors. So obviously it did affect everyone really in a lot of ways. I mean, we ourselves were very tired about the whole situation, stressed about what we're going to do. A lot of people actually It for more one-on-one sessions rather than group sessions.
We also end up making a lot of smaller groups
Yeah.
because of it. Instead of having one keeping people packed together, we just had to space it out, and so this is the limit to our class
Yeah.
size. It did affect consumer behavior, of course, because we had to be more careful. They had to be more careful. We had to make sure everything. I'm constantly making sure that everything is sanitized. I keep my OCD keeps wanting to spray everything constantly over and over and over again, and now I keep encouraging all of my clients to get their vaccination as soon as possible. So
Yeah, we
yeah.
number of clients took more classes outdoors. So I think naturally COVID affected everyone.
Yeah. Agreed. No, because see, the thing is, कि, there are certain people who got motivated to work out from home. I know a lot of people who started working out from their home spaces. Then there were so many people who were working out for like a good year or 2 years prior to the entire pandemic. But then they were like so distressed because there wasn't much to do. So they stopped working out altogether. वो बस घर के ऊपर ही थे, फिर उन्होंने demotivate हुए तो वो एक बार demotivate हुए तो फिर वो demotivated ही रहे. So
Social
yeah, so
distancing
yeah,
caused people to, social distancing caused people to avoid their healthier lifestyle as well. Now, at the same time, I also had a lot of clients who joined me online as soon as the pandemic started. All I did was I told them, order so and so equipment, and then I'll show you what to do through a video call. Now, at the same time, these people realize that the healthier I am, the
yeah,
lesser any external virus that comes into my body will affect me. The better my life are, the better I'll feel for starters, and the better it is for me to cope with this pandemic, and the, the the better I'll be in case I do pass. So your body is
yeah,
generally strong, and that's not just to do with cardio. That anything, even weightlifting will generally make you stronger, and it'll make your body more resilient. Um, and any external.
yeah. No, of course, yeah. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही है. तो what are the common causes? Because मेरा जो next सवाल ये है कि what are the common causes? Like क्या age bracket आप लोग ज़्यादा experience करते हो जो आज आ रहा है for strength training, for Zumba classes, for health coaching? कौन कहाँ से शुरू होती है? Because there are a lot of kids who feel shy. Okay, I'll be very upfront with you. I sort of ran a research जिसके अंदर a lot of people were discouraged from going to the gym. ये men's health month के ऊपर सेहत कहानी ने basically एक research रन करी थी कि what are the factors that demotivate you into being into following a healthy lifestyle, right? So उसके अंदर a lot of people sort of responded saying कि जी they feel shy. They feel like they don't fit in. So do you have people who come in who are like not like really in that zone and they get because कुछ लोग होते हैं जो कोने पर खड़े होते हैं जिम आकर and they just like sort of nervous. So do you guys experience that? तो मेरा सवाल अभी mental health के ऊपर शुरू होने वाला है. So do you guys kind of feel that happens, that rises as a situation?
I experienced that a lot with my 15, 16-year-old clients. Okay, generally they're at that age, they're a little unsure as to like,
Yeah.
they want to look a certain way, especially when they're following a certain celebrity on Instagram and they just feel like they're gonna come pick up a few weights and just, transform into that person. So obviously it is it is that thing that they do feel shy coming to group classes and working out in front of everyone. So there's no more PT sessions, there's no more one-on-one sessions, and a lot of people who are a little overweight also feel a little shy working out in group classes because they feel like they can't keep up with the rest. So I'm sure you also feel
Yeah.
a lot of one on where the notices are not there, or they think they're being judged, or think they're being watched while they're working out. So it is all about like training them and forcing them as to like that losing weight and just looking good is not the only reason to exercise. There's a lot.
सही हो
I
गया.
lost track of here.
To say.
Was that Shahan?
I lost track of the question a little bit here. I'm not sure what the question is.
The question was, see, there are a lot of people who come into the gyms, or they go to boot camps or high intensity camps. They are a little chunkier, if that's the right word to use in today's day and time. So they feel a little, they feel left out, and then they would rather just like stand in a corner rather than actively participating because they think that other people are going to judge them, right? So how do you encourage these people? What kind of like do you motivate such people? Do you have you dealt with people like that before?
Yeah, I have actually. I've had a lot of clients who are generally shy or just go like, no, I don't want anybody to see me. I don't want people seeing me do
Yeah.
it wrong. It's like
Huh.
everyone does stuff wrong, and the person that's judging you for doing it wrong, being a beginner, that person has mental issues, not you. You're
Huh.
new. People should be
Yeah.
encouraging you and understanding that if you're doing it wrong, I need to encourage this person or help them out,
Yeah.
rather than make them feel bad about it. And it's once again, it's my job to make sure that the person who's feeling so is not feeling left out, feels comfortable enough in that group session or in an environment where they feel like I can make mistakes, I can ask questions. It's the
Yeah,
same way any teacher in any classroom would do.
make them take baby steps,
Yeah.
make them
Agreed.
work out one-on-one, then get them into a group session, then make them stand in front, and
And people judge
and
you. People will judge you
yeah.
anyway. So people judge you anyway, anywhere you are, no matter what you do, even if you're doing everything right
I
or
would
you're doing everything wrong.
always tell them to make a dance routine, and train my class,
Yeah.
like take one song, and they would
Yeah.
just feel more confident when they saw everyone following them and looking towards them. It really helped, to see yourself
Yeah.
in the line.
Yeah. No, agreed. यार इसी को अगर relate करें एक चीज के ऊपर, how do you guys structure your workout sessions? Because there have been instances where people have reported that they've been to high intensity boot camps where they sort of their joints kind of started hurting because there was a lot of wrong posture that was set forth by the instructors because there were a lot of people at those boot camps, right? So they kind of ruptured the spleen or the spinal cords or their knee joints. So how does it work out with you guys? Do you guys come up with like structured programs, structured workout regimens, or क्या? क्योंकि कुछ लोग तो बेचारे रो रहे होते हैं क्या हम पहले दिन गए थे हमें 200 सिटअप लगा दिए 300 पुशअप्स लगा दिए and then they just don't want to go back to the boot camp, yeah, or to the session. So how does it work out with you guys? What do you suggest?
You have to take it day by day. I mean, like the very first day, you can't start like completely like high intensity, and you need to realize that right now they're on beginner level. So you structure them in
Yeah.
a way that day one you start off with this level, day two you increase maybe the rep, or day three you add another step, and week by week you sort of increase the intensity and
Yeah.
the weight, and see what your client is doing, because obviously if you
Make sure the posture is
yeah.
always on point because the second something happens, yeah, then they're gone for a few months or so. Now the thing on top of this is everybody has their own limit. Our goal is to make that person achieve their own limit. A beginner will have a completely different limit or their own maximum capacity as opposed to someone who's advanced. But the thing is, this person who's advanced or on on the intermediate stage, I'm not going to give them
Yeah.
the same amount of weight. Now, let's say I tell her, go ahead, do 200 squats. Now, if I have a beginner, I'm not going to say the same thing to her. Maybe 200 squats is easy for her. It's I know it's no big deal. If I tell her 200 squats, she's going to be like, okay, and just finish it off in 5 minutes. But
Is it,
now,
sir? 200 squats in 5 minutes, yo? Damn.
that increases.
इधर मैं
But
40 स्क्वाट लगाता हूँ दिन के अंदर मेरी हालत बस हो जाती है. I'll be like, बस 200 squats for you?
I mean, I guess not really. I mean,
COVID made me realize during COVID I was doing a lot of calisthenics, and I would post
Yeah.
a lot of posts on my Instagram page, and I would write
Yeah.
the number of reps. And I would the first time I posted it, I'm like 200 push-ups, 350 squats, 75 dips, 80 pull-ups, and 200 sit-ups. I'm like, okay, do this for 3 days and clean it up. People start commenting saying like, bro, are you crazy? You're discouraging people instead of encouraging. I'm like, oh wait, okay, wait, let me give a different
Like
version of this.
everyone has their own fitness levels. Everyone
Yeah,
you have to be mindful of that. Obviously,
yeah,
as a health
Yeah.
coach, we need to see
yeah,
who's at what level, and like you can't just tell like a beginner, who just oh, you know what, it's your first day, give me 150 push-ups. Like that's just
Yeah.
wrong. It's
yeah.
not going to happen, and you're sort of discouraging them as well. Probably they're going to think like twice before coming the next day. They'll
A
be like,
person who's never done push-ups, or that person doing 10 push-ups, will
Huh.
require as much effort as 100 would be for me. So
Yeah.
the point is, to him, 10 is his limit. That's his effort max. To me, maybe 100 or 200 is my effort max, and that's what I need to hit. Everyone needs
Yeah.
to hit their maximum amount of effort to make an improvement and to make a change. That's the whole point.
बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है. सो इसको अगर हम जस्ट को समराइज करें, ये वाला तुम लोग आप लोग का जो लास्ट स्टेटमेंट था उसका यही है कि जितना आप लाइक कॉन्स्टेंटली बिल्डअप होना है, लाइक एवरी वीक आपका थोड़ी थोड़ी स्ट्रेंथ बिल्ड होती है. सो फॉर ऑल दोस पीपल हु आर वाचिंग राइट नाउ, इट्स नॉट अबाउट लाइक पुटिंग इन ऑल द एफर्ट इन वन पर्टिकुलर डे. It need to build up, because a lot of people, they try to achieve or attain a lot of irrealistic goals, in the unrealistic goals in the very first attempt. So that's not going to happen. You need to build up your strength. You need to really work it out and come up with a plan कि आपको goal set करने चाहिए कि यार 30 दिन में मुझे इतना weight lose करना है, 60 days के अंदर मुझे इतना lose करना चाहिए. क्योंकि हम लोग बहुत अक्सर कोशिश करते हैं. I know of instances where some of my friends passed out within the first week of going to a boot camp, because they were actually depriving themselves of food, and they were just sticking out to liquid diets. So that's not viable, or that's just not feasible for all those people who've tuned in right now, or who are already tuned in. So Shahan or Sarah, next up मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि how many hours per week of physical activity should one take part in?
Tara actually has stats for you on that.
as in they say that you need to do 150 minutes of activities of exercise per week, of 150 minutes of exercise per week, and once, I mean, 75 minutes of vigorous exercise per week. But I feel like, I mean, it depends on everyone. I mean, there's not like a stated like guideline of, oh, this is how much I have to do.
Right.
It depends on the goal, about your daily routine as well. Because if you can fit in about 45 minutes even every day, or even 30-minute workout every day,
Yeah.
set goals for yourself.
Even 15 minutes is better than zero.
Exactly. That's good enough. Because a lot of people think that, oh, my routine, like I work from 9 to 6, my routine, I have to do this, and I have to go home with dinner,
Kids.
the kids. So you just feel like, okay, I don't have an hour, I don't have like 45 minutes, or just forget about it, I'm not going to do it. And that's what discourages people. So I feel like you add about like 50 to 30 minutes of physical activity in your day, anything, you take me time, as they say, it's going to help.
Yeah, Sarah, just continuing on with what you just said, okay, people work and they work 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, so yada yada. So exercising regularly needs a lot of commitment, and we all understand that. It needs time, effort. How do you motivate your clientele who works 9 to 5 to gather that kind of courage to commit to the entire working out regimen or routine?
The point is just to show up.
I mean, that's what I said. Because especially the first week is very tough for them. I mean, it's like switching to a completely new lifestyle change, because I mean, you're so used to like when you're done at 6, you're like, I want to go home and just rest. But then pushing yourself to go to the gym and work out for an hour.
Even if you come and do half of it, it's better than not doing it. So just make it routine. Even if you're feeling really tired, don't say, maybe I won't have 100% of my performance today, so I'm not going to go. You don't need to be a professional. You need to sort of add it into your routine. So every day you're thinking, oh, I need to do this. Whereas it's instilled in your brain that I need to wake up and brush my teeth and wash my face. It's all you need to do is that you need to add that into your day that around this time every day I need to do something.
And I mean, I've noticed like the first 5-10 minutes is a little difficult,
Yeah.
getting yourself into like warming up, but after like 5-10 minutes, you get in the zone yourself. You're and especially it's a group setting, like you see everyone doing it around
Yeah.
you. You get motivated looking at other people as well. Like, oh, if she can do it, like
Yeah.
so can I. Push myself. I
At the
mean,
same time, she makes her classes a lot of fun. So that's sort of what keeps people who don't even want to work out moving.
Maybe I'm gonna come join you for one of your classes, Saurabh. I have always been very interested in the Zumba sessions, yo. One day
even
maybe.
after why not?
I'm happy about it.
Acha. So yeah, how long does it take? I mean, if we were to answer this in layman's terms, how long should one give to a healthy routine to actually see a change to be brought about? कितना टाइम
Well,
लगना चाहिए कि आपको अपने अपने आप को देना चाहिए?
now the thing is, there's no one answer to this. It depends on person to person. It depends how hard they're working. It depends how often they're doing it too. Having said that, at the same time, I would say, let's say you're consistent. You're doing everything right. You're working out five days, you're giving them 45 minutes to an hour. You're eating clean, and it's a lifestyle change for you. And you're either coming from being from let's just say you're coming from zero. You haven't done anything. You don't play sports, anything like that. Now, I would say you're gonna see, you're gonna feel and see changes on every milestone. The first week,
Okay.
you're gonna start feeling much better. You're gonna start feeling much better. The first month, you see some visual change. And you're gonna be more active. Generally, you're not gonna feel lethargic. Your metabolism is gonna improve. You're generally gonna feel stronger. You're not gonna avoid simple things because your body's gonna feel like I can do it. After 2 to 3 months, you're gonna see actual visual change. Let's say if you're doing
Yeah.
everything right. You're you're gonna see an actual muscle gain. Something that's really prominent, visually prominent. I would say give it 2 to 3 months at the very least.
Because we
Okay.
don't want people to set an
Yeah,
unrealistic target for themselves. Because if you say like, oh, you feel great after a week or like 2 weeks, you
yeah,
start dropping pounds, they will just
yeah.
set those that target in their mind and just get discouraged if that doesn't happen. So
Yeah.
I guide them that you are doing this for yourself. You're not doing this to lose weight, to fit
Yeah.
into some
So you will,
extra small clothes that you got to wear on a Saturday night. Like, do not think that that's your goal.
yeah.
Your goal is to
Ha.
like, fit. And then yes, all the rest will just like the chips will fall. They may
Follow through.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say
Acha,
the goal at
yeah,
you will 100% visually see it. You're gonna
yeah,
feel more confident. Every milestone you're gonna
yeah,
you're gonna see an improvement. 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year. Every milestone
yeah.
you're gonna see an improvement.
Every week you will,
Yeah.
but see a proper change. Definitely, give it 2 to 3 months.
2 months, yeah, 2 to 3 months minimum. Like जब तक आपके अंदर थोड़ा change आना है, 2 से 3 महीने. So Shahan and Sarah, is it important to work out like 7 days a week? Because these are like questions that are popping in, so which is why I'm going to start asking like questions that are appearing on our Facebook pages. Is it important to work out 7 days a week? या आप हफ्ते के अंदर 2 दिन 3 like yeah 7 days a week? Is it important to work out?
7 days a week is not even advisable. You need to have at least one day of rest
Yeah,
because you're not giving your muscles enough time to recover. You're constantly going to be sore, and that's going to affect your performance. So,
Right.
in order to do better the next week or to give your best the next week, you need at least one rest day. Some people say you should ideally have two, but I say even one is enough. But that one should be an actual rest
I
day.
think people underestimate how much resting is important
Yeah,
for
even sleep. Yeah.
yeah, and sleep. 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That is
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, realistically, guys.
Okay, honestly, I
Yeah.
Some
can.
moms out there.
I'm a bit of an insomniac. I can never sleep more than 6 hours, maximum 6.5 sometimes.
But
Uh,
yeah,
when
Yeah.
I force myself to, and then it sometimes goes up to 8, but it's never gone beyond that. But yeah, that's important.
yeah. Minimum 7, but yeah, definitely more than 7 if you're lucky enough to get that
Yeah.
for sure.
But ideally, as you asked, 3 days
Huh.
a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, all of this is fine. Working out, I would say ideally 5 days a week if you want to be 5 to 6 days if you want to be an athlete, if you really want to improve your
Yeah.
performance. But let's say you just want to improve visually and you want to get a little bit better. I want to live a healthier lifestyle. Even 3 days a week
Yeah.
is perfectly fine. Let's say you don't
So
even have
yeah.
time for that. You don't even have time
Huh.
for that. 2 days is better than zero. One day is also better
Yeah.
than zero.
Agreed. 100% agree.
Be
बिल्कुल
okay at
सही है.
zero. Yeah.
True.
Fair enough. Yeah. Just another question that popped in. What about portion control? I'm assuming Khizra Inam, who's asked us this question. What about portion control? I'm assuming she's talking about food.
Yeah,
Yes,
I believe
yes.
she's talking about
Yeah.
portion control or essentially controlling your calorie intake. Now, the thing
Huh.
with that is it depends on what your goal is. Now, if you're trying to gain muscle, then you want to be in a surplus. You want your body to have more carbs and protein so that so that you actually get broader and bigger. Now, at the same time, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to be in a constant deficit. Let's say that depends on your body weight, that depends on your height, that depends on person to person. Everything you
Huh.
should be doing everything in moderation. Portion control, in my opinion, would mean for me, I'm gonna break my breakfast up. I'm not gonna overdose on breakfast. I'm not gonna overdose on lunch. Same thing with dinner.
Just see if you're getting the right amount of protein, the right amount of
Yeah,
fat, the right amount of carbs. Obviously, that depends on your goal. That
Yeah.
percentage is determined by what your goal is. To lose weight, to gain muscle.
yeah.
As for an athlete, like it's different. But yes, portion control generally is very important.
Cool. Next up, we have another question posted by Simon Shahzad. She says, I love eating carbs, so how can I eat it but control my diet as well?
You want to take it?
I mean, honestly, there is nothing wrong with eating carbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and especially the thing where people say eat carbs before 6 and eat carbs after 6, same amount of calories.
I eat a
Okay,
lot of
so
carbs, by the way. I just I sprint, so
it's about eating obviously healthy food, like clean food,
yeah,
not having the
Yeah.
unhealthy processed junk, which has more
Yeah.
saturated fats in it and high carbs in it, which is not going to get any energy really. So you're you're giving your body empty calories. You don't want that. So add healthy carbs, fruits,
Yeah.
vegetables, whole grains, you know.
but also don't overdose on that.
But yeah,
Especially since it's mango season.
oh.
I'm going to want to point out that
Yes, mango.
you shouldn't be going and having 5 or 10 mangoes.
Oh.
I'm very capable of doing that because of the amount I love them. I can
Ah.
go down to having maybe 2 or 3 in a day.
Yeah.
I can sit down and finish a whole watermelon in one sitting because of the amount I love them.
Damn.
In the end, you
Yeah.
sort of also see
Yeah.
calories, like how many calories you're
Yeah.
consuming.
ये इसी के ऊपर सवाल क्लोजिंग नोट के ऊपर हम करेंगे कि for guys and girls is there any set amount of calorie intake that is sort of predefined for women and for men or like how does it work out?
Now this is a very complicated question because it depends on your height, weight, and
Aha.
your body mass. Like someone who's like me, who's lean and 5'8" or 5'9", and their height is 5'8" or 5'9".
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a very different answer compared to someone who's 6'5" or even 5'8" and much
Huh.
bulkier. Let's say he wants to remain bulky and he wants to have a bigger muscles on him. So the answer will vary, but I would say in my case, for a person like me, 5'8", weighing around 68 to 70 kg, I'd say between 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day would be limit, because my lifestyle is
Okay.
also very active. So anytime I go below this, I start burning out too much. Like I start
Okay.
shredding because I'm constantly on my feet.
But with that, I also I would want to tell people not to get over obsessive about like calorie counting because that
Huh.
really leads to very unhealthy
Yeah.
behavior. Like I've seen there's an app called Bilal. I have seen some of my teenage girls being obsessed with it. Oh, an apple, 80 calories. Like, I cannot listen.
I mean, I don't want Apple Watch. I don't have I never have. I've always been very old school with my training, and I feel like that works best
Yeah.
because I go according to what my body's telling
Yeah,
me. It actually does respond if you just listen to it.
Huh.
Your body tells you how it's feeling.
mindful eating. You know when you're full,
Mindful
like
eating.
you're good.
Agreed.
And then
Fair enough. Brilliant, guys. I would really like to thank you guys for joining in, and it's been just it was actually a fun session. I felt as if I was talking to a couple of friends. Thank you so much for joining in. Any parting words for people who watch this, who are watching it right now, who'll watch it later? Your take on how should an individual, have a healthy mind, healthy body, and how should one stay active? Any parting words or thoughts?
really think that's what I would say. It's not as tough as it seems, and everyone can do it.
I
Yeah,
would say get off your butt and do something.
yeah.
Just move. Get out.
Come to
Get
come,
out.
come
Get
to
out of your
Spartan.
house. Come to
Come over.
Spartan. Go for a run. Take your dog. Take your dog out for a walk. You're sitting
Yeah.
at office. You want to talk to your colleague. Don't call him. Walk to his office. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks so much,
And
Shahan. Huh.
all jokes aside, my actual note would be,
Yeah.
if you can hear me, actual note would be, if you're trying to lose weight right now, the easiest thing for you to do would be to reduce sugar, reduce your calorie intake, but don't even cut the calories. Just reduce what you're eating by 20%.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing you can do. Let's say you're not working out, you're not active. Add
Yeah.
add 1/10 or 10% or 20% more movement to your lifestyle, and try improving that by 5% every week, and then you'll
Yeah.
get back into the. Having said that, if you wanna go in 100%, do it. But yeah, add more to your.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. Fair enough. Guys, you can find whoever is following us right now, whoever is watching this live feed at the moment, you can actually go and get training from Shahan and Sarah Maki at Spartan Fitness. We will be mentioning the link and the address to their facility once this session gets posted. Once again, thanks so much, guys, for joining in and taking out the time to educate us, inform us about everything.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Brilliant. And for all those people who want to avail telemedicine solutions, Sehat Kahani is offering 10% off during the month of June to all मर्द हजरात, क्योंकि इस वक्त मेंस हेल्थ मंथ चल रहा है. सो आप आ सकते हैं हमारी टेलीमेडिसिन के ऐप के ऊपर जिसका नाम है सेहत कहानी ऐप, और आप अवेल कर सकते हैं एक्सक्लूसिव 10% डिस्काउंट. Just use a promo code #ToBeAMan, as in not hashtag to be a man आप यूज करें और आपको भी 10% एक्सक्लूसिव डिस्काउंट मिल सकता है. हाँ जी. Cool. Fair enough. Thank you, Shahan. Thank you, Sarah. Once again, it was a pleasure talking to both of you. All right, ji. Assalamu alaikum. Cool.